Well, I think the HPV vaccine is a wonderful development because other than hepatitis B vaccine, it's the only one that has potential to prevent cancer, and much more clearly than the hepatitis. With HPV, if you get one of the wrong serotypes, 16 or 18 or 6 or 11, you have a good chance of developing cancer. And we have, 10 or 12,000 cases a year of cancer of the cervix in women, and 3,000 or 4,000 deaths every year. If you look at the national statistics, the last I saw for young women was 53% started, but so far only about 35% had completed. For males, it was like 8% had begun, and about 1% had completed.
I think my hesitations about the vaccine stem from just hearing negative comments from other parents in the past about the potential for promiscuity, the thought of the number of shots that she would need to have, and her own timidity about receiving shots. So I just wasn't sure if this was something that was right for her to have, and at this point, and at what age she should really have it done.
So when my daughter, when I first offered it to her, told her about she was coming in for a checkup and that this was something I wanted her to participate, that the HPV vaccine was something I wanted her to get, she too thought I was, assuming that she was sexually active and giving, she was kind of against it. And I said, no, this isn't to say that you're having sex or to promote you having sex, but it's definitely, this is something that's transmitted sexually, and I think it's important that you get it.
Some parents feel that introducing the topic of HPV would open the door to encouraging sexual activity in adolescence, and fortunately there was a recent study even in the journal Pediatrics which debunks that idea.
It's really you're trying to prevent cancer, but the step before then, which does involve sexual transmission, is, I don't think it's foreign to students at that age, and I think that sometimes their parents are a little naive if they think the children don't understand.
I think that some parents are made uncomfortable just facing the idea of their children's coming maturation and sexual experimentation, so that some people are resistant to the idea of talking about it. But when it's introduced from the standpoint of this is why we screen for pap smears, most parents have experience with that, and that these are diseases that affect both boys and girls that are preventable, I think they're a little bit more amenable to it. We also talk about the fact that their children are going to be maturing, and this is a great way to sort of introduce preventive medicine, taking care of yourself, taking responsibility.
After speaking with my pediatrician about the vaccine and the benefits and the prevention of cervical cancer for her, I feel a lot more confident and a little more educated than I had been in the past, and feel that this is something that I do want her to have.
I've known people who've had cervical cancer, and any protection I could offer my daughter from receiving it or my son from transmitting it, I was all about giving.
I think HPV is a good example. Meningococcal vaccine, which we're now recommending for teenagers. Tdap with pertussis because of the outbreaks of pertussis that occur. Every year we're telling them to take flu vaccine. So it isn't something terribly foreign, but I think you can really do a great deal more by educating the school-age kids.
The schedule of the vaccine being a 3-shot series, certainly it would be more convenient to run down to the nurse's office rather than parents getting off work or trying to get to a pediatrician's office, get an appointment at a time when you're not ill, or trying to predict in a 6-month period 3 previously prescribed times that you can come in. It's certainly easier to have that in the school.
I feel that it will probably give more opportunity for the children to get vaccines more regularly. I think parents have a hard time sometimes getting to and from their pediatrician, so having that availability at school I think would be beneficial.
I think offering vaccines in schools is a great idea because, especially for this age group, they're very busy. Their parents have gotten busier. A lot of parents are back at work, so it's harder to get them back to the office. And it's a 3-shot series, so therefore you're not just coming once. You've got to arrange the proper follow-up. And so I think in school would be fantastic. They're at school more than they're anywhere else, and so I think it would be an awesome initiative.